Live from Zen Joltis, Mega Super Speedway, we are here for the season finale of the IRA Monster Energy Super Speedway Series. Man, I am finally back. I'm glad to be back. It's amazing. And, even though I've been away for 2 months, and I'm sorry for that, but yeah, computer issues. Deal with it, people. Anyway, there are 4 drivers left that are still able to win the championship. We'll tell you later on who, and we'll give you a starting lineup later on. But first, we want to welcome our co-commentator for the race. I know Robbie couldn't make it, which is sad, but I got another cool one. It is BRN 14 fan, aka Zach Buchanan. How you doing?
Pretty good. How about you doing?
I'm doing great. I'll tell you something, man. We made it. Zen Joltis, the season finale. I mean, there's so much that Zen Joltis is going to have in the season finale. I mean, we had 4 season finales that happened earlier with the NSCRA and the MFNSRA with the CCS and Oreo, Mobile, and Snickers. I mean, track's already warmed up, but this is with different cars though. It's the Trans Am. I mean, what do you got to say for all those people that don't know about Zen Joltis?
Well, these cars are a little different than what you saw in, Snickers, Mobile One, Oreo, and then the CCS. These are, European cars. I'm pretty sure that there are different tire compounds, so that could definitely factor into the equation. And plus, this is Zen Joltis. This is a 5 mile long, 6 car wide, sometimes 7 wide track. I mean, this is a wild card. Anything can happen. And definitely, if we get a big wreck, we'll probably be looking for the championship contenders because there's a good chance that they could end up in it. Because these wrecks at Zen Joltis, I mean, if there is a wreck, it probably takes out most of the field.
So let's take a look at our starting lineup here. Tim Walsh is on the pole. Second is Tim Fralick. Fourth is Ralph Mason, who's a debut driver. Third, Nicholas Guerra. Fifth is Devin Becker, who's another debut driver. Sixth is Ty Naughton. Seventh is Cody Lamas. Eighth is Jacob York. Ninth is Kyle Sosnowski. And quickly, the top 10 is Richard Johnson. Let's give you the rest of the field. We'll mention all of our championship contenders and debuts. There's Zachary Taylor, second in points. He is 12 points back behind Jeff James. We'll see how he'll do there. And there's another debut driver, William Duncan. Continuing through the list, there's fourth in points, Drew Martin, who's 40 points back. Madison Seaber, third in points, 32 points back. Jeff James, the points leader, which is ahead of 12 points. There he is in the middle of the pack. Ian Duda, rookie there in the 3. Debuting there. Brandon Gonzalez in the 06. Continuing on.
Good to see Brandon Gonzalez back.
Absolutely. He's been away for a while, and he's back now. And the 5, Charles Sanford, will start dead last in his debut. And then there's Silverfox. And then also want to mention Ralph Mason as well. I believe I've got everyone here, but we got about another 15 more seconds. Like I said about the championship leader stuff and deal, here's how Zen Joltis is with my series-wise. This Zen Joltis 2004, you've seen 4 wide and 5 wide. There's sometimes where you can make it 6 wide. I know they've had it worked in the Outback, and I know we did a test run earlier, and they had it work in there too. 6 wide, even though there was a wreck. But it's possible that we could have a huge, huge implication for the championship. So, man, to start their engines has been given. Let's see who's not, who's working and who's not.
And like you said, when we had that practice session earlier, there were quite a few big wrecks. So, and there's some cars that ended up in the catch fence. So a lot of torn up equipment just in practice alone. So I can only imagine what's going to happen in the race.
Yeah, and looks like all 42 drivers for right now are going to start this race. I do want to mention though also that that even though the field for the IROC Series of Champions for quals has been completely filled, for next season though, if you win this championship, you get a guaranteed spot for that series. So that should be really, really interesting here. Pace car dives down the pit road. 42 drivers here. 16 laps of the season left. Here we go. Green flag is out, and we're underway at Zen Joltis. Alrighty, going 3-4 wide. This is very common at Zen Joltis. So, Zach, you would have choose what driver to win and who would win the championship. Who would it be?
Well, I definitely for the race itself, I definitely got to keep my eye on Ralph Mason. He's in one of those factory Corvette cars, a top-notch car, top-notch driver in it. Ralph definitely knows how to drive these kind of cars. And really anyone can win this, even though it is his debut. Anyone can win this race. It is a super speedway. And then for the championship, I got to keep my eye on Jeff James. He has a 12-point lead over Zachary Taylor in second, but I mean, Jeff James has been put in this situation before. He's won the Olive Garden Cup Series championship, so he definitely knows what he's doing. The three other contenders, however, I don't think they've really ever been in this situation before. So,
oh my goodness! Oh no! There they go already on lap one.
Trouble!
Oh my God! Nicholas Guerra or Jerry Guerra.
Oh, up into the catch fence.
Good Lord! I've seen a car fly in the air. Jeff James, I know, made it through. Where's Taylor? We're on the high. Oh, Taylor is there. I don't see Seaber.
I think this takes Seaber out of it, and
she's involved.
Whoa!
Is that Drew Martin? That is Drew Martin. Third and fourth in the points are involved. Daniel Day.
I don't think it would have mattered anyways if they made it through because there's too many cars in the race.
Chris Dollarton will lead it by. I think he got word that Madison Seaber's involved, and that's gonna really hurt Dollarton to know that his driver isn't gonna win the championship, but he is leading right now. Daniel Day involved, Madison Seaber, Drew Martin. Who else involved? Jerry Guerra, we saw him fly in the air. Oh no, debut driver, William Duncan. Forgot to mention him there earlier. Oh, and I think that's, that is Ian Duda. I was going to mention about
another baby.
I thought he was going to win, but now I'm going to have to scratch that. Pichu involved. I believe DeMax got involved. Nova's involved. Anthony Ritchie's involved. Ritchie or Reese? I guess it's Ritchie. Mark's involved. William Flickinger involved. Kyle Rose involved. It looks like everyone else, though, is all good.
At least the catch fence did its job, though. I saw some cars fly in the air. Catch fence did a good job of maintaining the cars within the racing surface.
You gotta know, too, Zen Joltis, this is a huge track. I mean, the speeds that they produce are just incredible. And they had to lower the speeds earlier because they were going really fast in the super speedway. During a practice session, there was one car that took a very, very bad lick in the crash, and, he is okay, but, they made sure they lowered the speeds in the cars. Caution's out for the first time today. We are on lap 2. The caution came out on lap 1. Let's take a look at bringing ourselves the first caution of the race. Chris Dollarton, your leader. Well, I safe to say, though, they really bunched up easily, and they went 6 wide, and, yeah, I guess the blame you could partly say was on Anthony Ritchie there. He just got a little bit ahead, and, well, you know what happens after that.
The big issue, though, was they tried to fit
four. Look at the 3 of Duda. He actually got into Seaber before that, and just all hell broke loose. There's Martin there, and Seaber had nowhere to go. And, oh, my God.
The problem there was they tried to fit 4 cars. Oh, my
God. Look at Seaber and Guerra. Holy crap.
They tried to fit 4 cars into about 3 lanes, and that was not going to work. Not enough room given.
There's Ian Duda that's flipping there. I know another car. Oh, that's Madison Seaber. Madison Seaber's another car flip there. Oh, my God. There's the Max. Imagine that. Jerry Guerra. There's Marks. There's Pichu spinning around. And I believe William Flickinger did get a piece of it, but... Oh, Nova just gave a shot to Ritchie, I guess, for saying, hey, what was that for? But, oh, man, that's got to be rough there. And I hope all the drivers in that wreck are okay. But that was easier said than done. Caution's out for the first time today. Chris Dollarton leads us down. Let's get back to the green. We are back, and we're about ready to go back to green. I believe someone blew up. I can't tell who it is, though. Oh, I see a car. I can't tell who it is, though. As we're going to go back to... Oh, it's Mike Flanagan.
Oh, Flanagan's out.
And I believe another one is blown up. I'm trying to find out who that is. I see another car. I can't tell who that is, though.
Well, tell me it's a championship contender.
It's Chris Washer. 2 cars have blown up. The green flag's back out. Not even 10 laps to go, and 2 more cars have blown up. But now, look at this. Zachary Taylor only ahead of Jeff James by 2 points. That is it. But now Jeff James gets kicked up to the high side. That's what Zachary Taylor needs to see. Now Taylor, the best thing that he can hope for is to go on the inside line and make a strong move. But now he gets kicked up to the high side. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. Now he's going to stay low. Raylick, don't do it. Oh, geez, it's already 4 wide again. Basically, let's give you all the drivers who retired out of the race. They are Drew Martin, Madison Seaber, so they will not win the championship. Along with them are Daniel Day, Jerry Guerra, William Duncan, and Ian Duda, debut drivers. They are out of the race. Flanagan is blown up as well as Washer, so their days are done as well. Actually, let's get the ticker back up. That would be easier. As Tim Walsh is now going to the lead. Tim Walsh, he's had a averagey season. I think he would really want to fix the season up a lot because he was in so many wrecks, but you know, I think this would be good if he wins here. And already they are not slowing down. They are going 5 wide again.
This isn't good.
And Drew Austin now going to the lead. Going 5 wide now for the lead. Holy cow, these drivers are not slowing down enough. Or excuse me, not calming it down enough as Drew Austin's going to lead down. Oh my god, I think there's going to be another wreck coming. I got a feeling of it. Oh boy. Oh, Chris, what are you doing? Don't you dare.
Jeff James
and look at Zachary Taylor and Jeff James are right by each other, right behind each other, actually, to be exact.
Jeff James and Zachary Taylor need to get the heck out of there.
Yeah, they need to get out of there. This is not a place they want to be. That middle lane is not your friend. The friend you want to be in is in the inside line. The outside line is actually not bad if you want to avoid a wreck. That's a good idea, but you've got to make sure you fall back quick, or otherwise a wreck is going to happen. Jeff James is now going underneath the 34. Wow, I failed. Jeff James going underneath the 49. Wow, that was a huge fail. This is what happens when you're gone for 2 months. And look at this, William Flickinger, who fell back from the pack. He's worked his way back up. Holy cow, we're going to have a huge ass pack. And look who's working together. Qualls and Marks. Qualls and Marks, and I think that alliance broke away. Who is leading right now? That's Qualls leading, but now Marks, his teammate, is going to go underneath the lead, the Ford Mustang.
I believe we got at least 30 cars in this pack, so I mean,
think
still.
because there's Flanagan there. You know, drivers have fallen back out of there. Richie, DeMax, Nova, Whitson. Yeah, there's 30 drivers in the pack, officially. And any one of these cars could mess up really bad and cause a huge wreck. So they got to be really, really careful. Because, holy cow, look how freaking tight they are. And the one who's in the worst of the spots is Jeff James. He is in the middle. Oh, dear me. Oh. As we took a quick commercial break, I'm sorry for that. There was company over. We are back as we're halfway through. We now got word that Chris Washer and Mike Flanagan have retired out of the race. But anyway, look how crazy the racing has continued, though. Oh boy, Jeff James. He's actually now in some more breathing room, even though he's in the middle. You know, he's in some breathing. Oh boy. Got a little contact with Freilich there. And they
these championship leaders got to watch out.
Yeah, they got to be really careful here because they're going 5-6. Oh, dear God.
Oh,
Sosnowski. Oh, for the love of God. How in the world did they keep it going? Oh, my God. It's so hard. It's so unpredictable that these drivers, they're still keeping it green and together. Nicholas Guerra is going to lead at the stripe. And
halfway?
We're past the halfway mark, so... You know, Jeff James, he is still the points leader heading into this race because he is way ahead over Zachary Taylor. But now Jeff James on the way high side. Not bad strategy, though, for Jeff James because now he can fall back and, you know, go to the inside line to move his way up because that's the preferred line, obviously, the inside line. So they're doing really, really, really good right now. Even though they've gone a little testy, you know, they're trying to be really careful, though, at the same time. They're going 6 wide. Holy shit.
And Jeff James has got to be smiling right now because that big wreck that we just saw, you know, it took out a good number of cars, nearly 10 cars. So that's less points up for grabs. for Zachary Taylor.
And the sigh of relief, too, so that's another thing, too. And then also, at the same time, he's got to be a little bit frustrated because Zachary Taylor made it through. So you got to be really hoping that the other driver you're going against in the championship gets involved. Holy cow. Zachary Taylor, though. I'll tell you something. Zachary Taylor just had a terrific season here in the 49 if I can get to him there. Nope. Nope. Come on. Come on. If I could. There we go. Zachary Taylor, in case you're wondering how he got to this far here, he basically won 2 in a row. He won, the first track he won, I can't think of off the top of my head, and then the second track that he won in a row was 8-pole. Besides those 2 wins he had, he's had an averagey season. He's been consistent. He's been finishing strong. That's how he got to here. Despite the wreck at SWA he had the last race, he's still only 12 points behind.
And that's how you get here. You don't make it to a championship race, or you don't win a championship based off of one good race. You have to have a couple good finishes, or a lot of good finishes actually thrown together. You have to have a really consistent season, and even if you have just 1 or 2 DNFs, it can really throw your season off.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something though, Jeff James in the 34, you could say that again for him, won the first race of the season, the first race at Daytona. And then what happens after that? He was falling off a little bit, came back up, and what happens? So, oh, there we go, we got a wreck! Oh, Jeff James.
And he got a piece of it. James got a piece of it. Maybe just a little bit damage to the right front fender.
And Zachary Taylor made it through as well. Oh, Zachary Taylor wishing Jeff James got involved, but that's not going to happen.
But Jeff James, the good thing for him, that takes out more cars, meaning Zachary Taylor almost has to win this race, and Jeff James has to finish at the back of the pack.
Oh, Gonzalez, a little squirrely there. There's Zachary Taylor there. They said he was 7th. Now, in order, if he was able to win the championship, he would have to be 12 positions ahead, meaning he would have to be in 19th. He is 17th. Jeff James by now would be having a 2-point lead.
Whew.
What I was going to say with Jeff James, though, before that caution came out, though, won the first 3 season, was going up and down, and then the final 2 races, won them. Won the final 2 races. And SWA had to be the big win there, because that showed he was ready for that championship. So, let's take a look. It says Seth Cole is the leader. That would be huge if he wins this race, though, because, who? See, I know Richie was in the back, as well as the Max and Nova. Young. I believe Silver Fox got involved.
One thing this is going to set up, though.
Charles Sanford.
Sanford has a lot of damage on the back end.
I believe Dollarton made it through. Fralick, I saw him around. Luke Walker's got damage.
One thing this is going to do, though, this is going to set up a couple lap dash, because look where we're at. We're at 6 to go right now, 5 to go this time by.
Yeah.
With the pace laps, we're going to have at least, 1 or 2 laps, maybe at the most 3. So it's not going to be a whole lot of racing left.
And Seth Cole, who's had a miserable season in this series, I think this would be huge if he wins. I doubt it, though, if he'll win, but, man, it's crazy. And Devin Becker is 4th. That's the best of the debut drivers in this race. Caution's out for, I believe this is the 2nd time this race. I see a car there. Oh, nope, never mind. Seth Cole is leading them down. Let's take a look at ourselves, our 2nd caution of the race. Alrighty, we're back here, and, well, here's what happened. They're going to get ready to come to the turn here, and, this is going to be a tough break for Charles Sanford here, making his debut at the one and only race in the season that he's going to be in for the series, and tough break there. Silver Fox was ahead of him. He was involved. We have confirmed it there. Yeah, tough break for both those drivers there. Silver Fox was running really well in the season. Unfortunately, he's not going to... Well, he wasn't even close anyway, but here's what happened. They were going 5 wide only at this point. Before that, they were going 6 wide, and they kept it going. They wrecked on 5 wide, which is sad there. Let's see what the main initial contact was. I believe it was here. Oh, it was Cisnowski and Drew Austin that made contact. Got into Silver Fox incline, and they look like we're going to keep it together. Richard Johnson there, Nicholas Garrett and Frelick, and there's where the melee gets. Look at James. He actually got a scratch on the car, but kept it going. I
think he got a little nick on the fender there. He should be good, though. But it looks like that wreck was started from them sliding up the banking. That banking is kind of weird coming out of the corners, and it shifts the cars a lot.
Yeah,
And
there's Dollarton there, by the way, in the back there. He did get a little piece, I believe.
it looked like just a little case of a slip, and it turned into a big crash.
Yeah, and Charles Sanford at that time, he was 8th when he crossed the line. Richard Johnson, 9th. And they got involved, and that's a tough break for some of those drivers there. But amazingly enough, Jeff James survives another wreck. I'll tell you something, though. Jeff James, the last few races, he's been avoiding wrecks like crazy. But, again, he does it in this race. Seth Cole's going to lead us down to the flag. Let's see how many laps to go before we will end our race. Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and we're only going to have a green-white checker to determine the winner of this race and of the championship. This is going to be huge.
Oh, my heart is pounding right now. This is going to be good.
For Jeff James and Zachary Taylor, this could mean anything to them. Seth Cole is your leader. James Qualls second, third Ty Nunn, fourth Devin Becker, fifth Jacob Lawler, sixth JJ Martz, seventh is Zachary Taylor. Now, oh, I went the wrong way. There we go. 7th is Zachary Taylor. Now, we mentioned Jeff James, the 17th. We'll show in the lineup there. 8th is Kyle Rose. 9th, Jacob York. Including the top 10 is Jake Cole. 11th through 20th, William Flickinger, Zach Flickinger. Good to see the Flickinger brothers there. Ralph Mason, your pick. Cody Lamas, 14th. Brandon Gonzalez, 15th. 16th, Justin Talpass. There's 17th, Jeff James. Now, remember, 12 spots.
So 2-point lead for the 34.
Now, he can't tie Jeff James because Jeff James had the advantage unless Zachary Taylor gets a win. Then we'll see what happens there. 18th is Kyle Sosnowski. 19th is Pichu. And completing the top 20 is Hayden Klein. Oh boy, there's Zach. 2 laps to go to determine the season.
How big would this be if Seth Cole could hold this off?
I doubt it, though. There's never been a guy that's up in the front leading at the caution to win this race. Here we go. Pace car dives down the pit road one more time. The green flag is out. Next flag will be the white, and the next will be the checkered. If the caution comes out on this lap, it will end the race. Caution comes afterward after the white flag. No matter what happens, it's going to race back, and Zachary Taylor got moved to the high side.
And for these guys, I think all of them are thinking the same thing right now. Let's make it to the white, and if we wreck, we wreck. I don't think they want to finish the last race of the season under caution.
No, Jeff James, he's on the middle line there. Sosnowski trying to get low, though. But this is not what Zachary Taylor needed, though. This is not what he needed. And Jeff James is going low. This is what Jeff James really wants to see if he wants to get this championship.
Now this track, it's almost 5 miles, so you have plenty of time. You could go to the back and try to make your way to the front, especially with this pack being smaller, being more strung out. But, you know, it'd take a lot for Taylor to get back.
It's going to be a huge advantage, though, for that 34, because the 34 is about ready to go around the 49 car. This is not what Zachary Taylor had in mind. Pichu and Tim Walsh, they're slow, they're behind, they're not damaged, but they're just trying to get back into the pack as well as a few other cars there. As I click the wrong camera, there we go. That's not good there. Uh-oh. Tim Walsh.
Probably gonna be really hard for Jeff James to get to the high line because they're going 4 and 5 wide right now.
Speaking of which, Jeff James is in the middle line. Here we go. White flag is waving. Kyle Rose is gonna lead them right now. Here we go.
And there's my pick. I see him up there somewhere, Ralph Mason.
He is moving up. I can't believe it. Zach, if you get this right, I will be shocked. But Zachary Taylor, he needs to get to the inside line right away. There is no time. Because Jeff James is in the middle high line, or say the second line. But now Zachary Taylor, this is perfect. There's no one there. He's going to block Pichu, and it's go time now. I think this is actually.
And here comes Mason up the inside for the lead.
I believe Mason is. As it's lagging a little bit there, I'm sorry. But, oh boy. I don't know if Zachary Taylor can get around Jeff James, and Jeff James could fall back even more, and this is big. And look at this, you're right, Ralph Mason, he is coming. He is a-coming. That is the Ron Fellows car anyway. This would be huge. Look who's also working up. Cody Lamas, but Zachary
Yeah,
Taylor
it's
got
a
moved up to
rookie,
the
too.
second line. The second inside line. But still, he got around Jeff James. Here we
This is going to
go.
be
One
big.
more turn to go.
He's still passing cars. Zachary Taylor is still passing cars.
He's got to get really low, though. Oh, boy. Jeff James is really falling back. I don't think Zachary Taylor's going to win it, but look how close they're getting. Zachary Taylor getting a huge run. Here we go. Coming off the final turn.
Is that Qualls?
Oh
I
my
think that's
God,
Qualls.
I don't know, but look at Ralph Mason. Mason coming on there. Is he gonna win?
5
Oh my
wide.
God! Holy crap! I think that was Qualls that got it, and they were 6 wide at the line. I
What
believe
a
yes.
finish.
No, that's JJ Marks. But James
Qualls
Qualls ended
pushed
up third.
Marks. Qualls pushed Marks to the win. What a job for that
Oh my
team.
God! Holy cow! Now, Zachary Taylor, where did he finish?
Oh man, this is huge.
Zachary Taylor finished 5th. In
5th.
order to make sure he wins the championship, even though he's 12 points behind, he has to finish 13 spots in front. Where did Jeff James finish? 14th. Jeff James is your Season 1 IRA Monster Energy Super Speedway Series champion.
By 5 points.
Holy cow. And for a moment, it looked like the 49 was going to be able to pull a huge move there for the win, but just couldn't get the oomph to get that win. But Jeff James, unbelievable what he is thinking right now. He is your Season 1 IRA Monster Energy Super Speedway Series champion. Holy cow, what a finish.
And I don't think he really even would have mattered if Taylor would have happened to won the race. If he would have stayed on the inside line, that would have been a couple more positions. So he could have tried to position himself a little bit better. But nevertheless, great job to both of those drivers for, having a great season and staying out of trouble too. That was a big part, not tearing up the equipment.
Absolutely, and give credit to both drivers. They were driving real hard, avoiding wrecks all day. They both had a terrific season, but you got to give credit to Jeff James. He is a 3-time winner, and he is now a champion. That is amazing. Let's take a look at your full official results here. JJ Marks is your winner. Cody Lamas came so close to winning. He'll end up 2nd. Great day for him. James Qualls, his teammate's going to end up 3rd. Ralph Mason, your pick, is going to end up 4th. An incredible run by Ralph Mason. 5th, Zachary Taylor, we mentioned. He came so close to win. He barely edged out over Justin Townpass. But, man, a very close call for Zachary Taylor. He almost had it.
They were they were 5. I think they were 6 wide coming to the line.
I think they were 6 wide at the
for
line.
the lead, for the win.
So yeah, you can tell by how close they are too. 6 is Justin Townpass. 7th is Jacob Waller. 8th Kyle Rose. 9th Tim Walsh. And completing the top 10. How about debut driver Devin Becker? Both him and Ralph Mason get top 10 finishes. That is incredible. And famously said by Kyle Petty. As now Jeff James passing the winner of the race there. I believe that's Qualls, I don't remember. Jake Cole ended up 11th. William Flickinger's 12th. 13th is going to be for Brandon Gonzalez. Great debut run. We didn't even talk about him that much, but huge run there. Jeff James, your champion, is going to end up 14th. 15th is Kyle Sosnowski. 16th, Jacob York. 17th, Seth Cole, who led it at the start, ended up finishing that position. Tough break for him. 18th, Ty Naughton. 19th, Zach Flickinger. Completing the top 20 is H.U. 21st through 30th, the last car that was in the pack, Chris Dollarton, will end up 21st. And then all the other drivers that had damage throughout the race, Devin Whitson, 22nd, Tim Frelick, 23rd, 24th, Hayden Klein, 25th, Dylan Young, 26th. That is Richard Johnson, 27th, Eugene DeMax, 28th, Henry Nova, 29th. That's Luke Walker, and 30th is Anthony Ritchie. And then 31st through 34th, the last cars in the race and on the lead lap. 21, James Silverfox ends up 31st. Nicholas Guerra ends up 32nd. 33rd belongs to Charles Sanford. Tough break for him in this debut. And 34th is Drew Austin. The rest of the drivers retired out of the race from 35th on down. They are Chris Washer, Mike Flanagan, Ian Dutta. Tough break for him. As well as William Duncan, Jerry Guerra, Daniel Day, and then the 2 other drivers that are competing for the championship, Madison, Seaber, and Drew Martin. They both DNF in 41st and 42nd. But man, Jeff James, I bet you he is cheering right now. in that car. He is celebrating. I wonder how he's going to be once he comes to victory lane. But man, oh man, this has got to be amazing there. So you saw the results. You're probably wondering what's going to happen. Probably season 2 will be trucks. Maybe this. Who knows? I don't know what's going to happen yet, but it'll be coming after the Intercell Season 3 Outback Series and Season 2 Universal Orlando Cup Series. But, oh man, what a terrific season this has been. I want to thank BRN 14 fans, Zach Buchanan, for joining me here. Hope you enjoyed this race. As he is probably doing something. We have technical difficulties, maybe. I don't know. But I'll probably say my closing argument there. Thank you guys so much for joining in. I'm back, bitches! Hashtag Young is Risen. For those of you who enjoyed this race, give it a like, comment for your action here. Don't spoil the damn championship if I were you. I will find it. Then there's Zach. Thank you for joining me here in the broadcast booth.
Not a problem, Dylan. Thanks for having me.
I believe this was Zach's like second or third race he co-commentate too. So first was with season finale though. That's awesome. But anyway, yeah, share what you thought of it and all that deal. Once again, congratulations to JJ Marks on his first career victory, and congratulations to our season 1 champion, ironically the 33 and the 34 car too that won the race and championship. Congratulations to the champion, Jeff James, as he's got a reserve spot for next season, not this season, next season, of the IRA League of Champions here. So congratulations to him in the run. Like I said, thanks Zach Buchanan. I'll give a link to his channel in the description box here. But once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I'll see you on signups for Season 3 Outback at Season 2 Universal Orlando. I'm out. Peace out.